Hello and welcome to PTV World, and you're watching the Eid Day special show. I am your host Jawad Tehami. Muslims around the world and as well as in Pakistan are celebrating Eid-ul-Adha. The Badi Eid we call it here in Pakistan, or Eid-e-Qurban, or Bakra Eid also. So it's a festive occasion out of the two holy festivals Muslims celebrate in 1 year. Eid-ul-Fitr, the Choti Eid, and this one, this very festive occasion, Badi Eid or Eid-ul-Adha, Eid-e-Qurban. As I've already said, it reminds us of the immense sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. And that very supreme sacrifice is a symbol of so many things, which we'll definitely be taking up with our very, very special guests, which will be joining us today in today's special Eid show. Without wasting any further time, let me introduce Mr. Kaleem Rajput. He's joining us today on this very special occasion. He's Educationist. Mr. Kaleem, thank you very much for your time on this very auspicious occasion and joining us on this very special show. How's your Eid going so far?
Assalamu alaikum ji. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. A very happy Eid to all the viewers and my students and my colleagues and to everybody here at PTV. As you have mentioned, that this is one of the two festive occasions that we as Muslims celebrate. So this Eid is pretty much different than the other Eid. A lot of activities to do, starting with the choosing of the right animal, then sacrifice, and then distribution of the meat. So we have been pretty busy with all that.
Wonderful.
So
we'll definitely talk more about it.
Yes, sure.
We are also honored to have been joined in today's show by Ms. Zainab Ali. She's a model. Ms. Zainab, thank you very much for your time.
Welcome. Thanks for calling me on this show.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out. We are also honored to have been joined once again. He happened to have joined us on Eid-ul-Fitr also, Mirza Sheece, Temuri, singer, musician, a wonderful pianist and a guitarist at the same time. Sheece, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you for very much for being with us. If all of you allow me, I would like to straight away start this particular show with a touch of music.
Yes, please.
So, Sheece, what you have got for us today?
Okay. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light you see, no, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should crumble and fall, the mountain should crumble like the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, now stand by me. Stand by. Now stand by me.
Very nice. Wonderfully done, as always. Impressive. So Zainab, let me come to you. What's the most special thing that you like about this Badi Eid or Eid-e-Qurban, and how do you think it happens? Of course, we know there's a huge difference between the Choti Eid, the Eid-ul-Fitr and Eid-ul-Adha, but how is it different for the female gender overall?
You know, there are a lot of work the females have to do on this Eid, because you know you have to get the meat and you have to distribute the meat into your family and into your relatives. So you know there's a lot of things we have to do on this Eid. But you know, I'm a very foodie sort of person, so I love to have meat on this Eid, and I eat a lot of food with my family and friends. You
It's
know,
a very, very meaty Eid.
meaty Eid, you can say.
Well, the first one is a meaty Eid,
And this is a meaty Eid.
Meaty Eid. So
Yeah.
everyone loves to have
I mean,
lots and
oh,
lots
lots
of
of
meat on
meat
this
on
particular
this
Eid.
one.
Which dish is your favorite?
Like it's mutton biryani. You know, every Pakistani person, you know, love mutton biryani. I guess males also, I guess, and female also. That's it.
Right, Mr. Kaleem, do you also like biryani?
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, I'm not into biryani myself, because the dish that I like the most should be very uniform in taste. But in biryani, there are a lot of different tastes. I don't know. There are a lot of different ingredients, so I just don't go for biryani at all. What's
Well, I
your
agree
choice?
with you, because coming from a Punjabi background, we are more of a pulao people than biryani. So, however, if it is cooked, it is well cooked, so we enjoy it. But as you know, it is mentioned that it is all about meat. So anything that is cooked in meat, whether it's mutton or it's beef, you know, that is what is expected from this Eid, generally speaking. So, but as far as the biryani is concerned, I wouldn't give it more than 5/10.
Okay.
No, but many girls, you know, love biryani, and mostly I've seen a lot of men, they also do like biryani.
So, but tell me one thing, why are there so many diverse ingredients in biryani? I mean,
I can't cook food, I can only eat food, you know.
Okay.
My mom only cooks food in our house, so I don't know how to cook.
perhaps those people go for biryani who would love to have different tastes in just one
You know,
go.
spicy, the person who likes spicy food and all that, they mostly love biryani, because pulao is not that much spicy. It's-
Spicy and
Mr.
colorful.
Mr. Kaleem, you
Colourful.
already mentioned pulao. So it's, is it very typical of this region of Punjab, or is it
Well, I
equally
think any place between the central and the northern region, I think in different forms pulao is cooked, because the origin of both the dishes, I believe, is from Hyderabad in India. But people who go for, like you mentioned, uniformity and taste of the meat, they go for pulao, and those who like to go for spicy and colorful things, they go for things like biryani.
Right, so which version of pulao is the best, or is generally eaten more? Is it beef pulao or?
Generally, I
The
would
meat-
say it's the mutton pulao.
Okay.
Yes.
No, but I think some people do eat beef pulao the most, because it's very tasty as compared to the mutton pulao, I guess.
Right, Sheece, what's your favorite dish when we talk about Eid-ul-Adha in particular?
I think pulao is a big contender.
Okay.
I recently heard that they've started using nali as an ingredient
Oh.
in pulao in Karachi. I was following that up, and I hope I can persuade my family members to, you know, make that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Kaleem, you're associated with the education sector. Now, after some light talk, we'll definitely try to understand that very symbol of sacrifice Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam rendered at that very time. It's been over millennia, in fact, it's been going on. What was the actual message in that very supreme sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim?
Well, you
alayhi
see,
salam?
in our religion, there is one thing very basic, and that is that in the moment of sadness or in the moment of happiness, in both the moments, we have to remember God. We have to remember Allah. Generally speaking, when we are sad, we are connected to Allah, but when we are happy, we are, you know, not that much inclined towards remembering Allah as such. So in all these, both the occasions of Eid, there is an element of sharing. But before that, what happened in this Eid is that when Hazrat Ibrahim was ordered to slaughter, that was the belief in Allah and the obedience to God, which is, I think, one of the most ultimate examples where he decided to just, obey the orders and just lay his son right there for sacrifice. And then Allah is always, gracious and merciful. Allah Almighty, He rewarded the whole, generations and generations with the bounties of that sacrifice and that obedience. So we're starting off with the faith, the obedience, and then moving on to sacrifice, and then moving on to the distribution and sharing, the element of sharing. This is one thing very beautiful about our religion, where in everything there is an element of sharing. And what we fail to do it is that we do not actually exercise it in daily form of life. In the Western world,
it's basically a symbol, a certain day that has been declared, sacrifice,
Exactly.
the most beloved of your things,
Absolutely.
right? Keeping in obedience of the for the Allah Almighty in view, and sacrificing the most loved thing that you have. This day particularly reminds us that this particular thing that you are actually doing today, you have to carry on with this very practice for the rest of the year also.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Absolutely right. This is a big message from Allah, and the person chosen to set an example was also an exemplary figure, one of our prophets. So, and this is, as you have mentioned, that it is not just one day. This is the spirit that we need to live in. Because again, these days you are buying an animal, you are buying something to sacrifice. It doesn't come any cheap. So you are spending a lot of money. And then if you end up eating it all up yourself, then the whole purpose of
that,
this
that very
activity is
element
gone.
of sharing is very
Yes.
crucial when we slaughter an animal
Yes.
in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Zainab, the immense and supreme sacrifice rendered by Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, as Mr. Kaleem has mentioned, the number of elements which are associated with it. And it is basically that very lesson that we have to learn on this very festive occasion of obedience to Allah Almighty, and then also sacrificing. When we talk specifically about sacrifice, there's so many things which are associated intrinsically with human nature. So is it the sacrifice of those things? For example, it could be greed, it could be ego, it could be any base instinct of human being. What's your understanding of that?
I couldn't understand your question. Just please repeat it again.
When we talk about the sacrifice,
Okay.
so sacrificing an animal is just a symbol.
Symbol.
So when we talk about the very intrinsic human nature,
Yeah.
so there are a lot of traits and qualities. So when we talk about the base traits or the negative qualities like ego, greed, anger, or anything like a negative emotion, is it about learning to sacrifice those negative emotions also through this practice?
Yeah, we can do that. And basically in this Eid we try to give some things, to the poor people. We have to give it to the people who are very needy in this, and we do that basically to help those people who don't have the food. And there are a lot of things that there are a lot of poor people that we have in our Pakistan, so it helps us to connect with these people. That's my point on this thing.
Of course, the third element of sharing with,
sharing
with the
with-
other people,
yeah.
keeping in view their needs also,
Needs
because
also.
for the round the year we enjoy that very
Very
privilege
fun.
of having meat in our different dishes.
And there are a
But,
lot of poor people in our family too. We do give them things like the meat also. So it's a practice to help people. My point is that we help people by giving them the meat and all that. So that's why I think it's very important
so
to do
sharing
that.
is actually
the main
caring.
thing.
She's so. Eid-ul-Adha is different from Eid-ul-Fitr. Last time I remember, you didn't get any sort of Eid, perhaps, till the time we talked to you, right?
No.
So did you manage to get that one afterwards?
That one, since I pointed them out on
Okay.
TV. Yeah.
So there was no chance later on.
Oh, no, there was none. But
Okay, so we don't usually get Eid on Badi Eid,
no,
right?
we don't. I think it's a.
So what's so special for the youngsters in?
I think it changes I feel like very old, but it changes with age. I've just turned 22 recently. I'm still in the phase of trying to differentiate between being a child and
Oh,
being
it's
an
a
adult.
categorical difference. On Eid-ul-Fitr, you get to get cash
Yeah.
as an Eid, but on this Eid-ul-Adha, you don't get to get.
No, I do get cash on Eid.
Really?
Yeah,
That's very
my mom
different.
gives me a lot
Badi
of cash. Yeah, my mom gives me a lot of cash on Eid-ul-Adha too. Because
So, do you manage to get more cash on Eid-ul-Adha or Eid-ul-Fitr?
Eid-ul-Fitr, I get more cash. You know, on Eid-ul-Adha, I get cash, but less. When people used to say that eat food, you have a lot of meat, eat that. We don't have to give Eid on Eid-ul-Adha. But I insist my mom and I insist my relative because I'm the youngest one in my family, so they give me that all.
What's your technique?
They treat me like a baby.
So, you're not treated
Like a baby, you are not treated like a baby in your family. That's the main reason.
no,
And I'm the one and only in my family.
Oh.
So, the youngest one, so that's why I get all the, perks for that.
Right. What about another piece of music?
Right, perfect. So this is the one I played last time.
Okay. Perhaps I was looking forward to you not to play
Oh, no, I'm
those
not playing-
songs which you had already played. But
I'm not playing any sad songs.
okay. Please go ahead.
But I have a few extra in store.
Sure.
Okay. देखा ना था
It's one of my favorite songs.
ये समा ऐसा नशा तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था खो गए सपनों में हम देखा न था कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था खो गए सपनों में हम दुनिया हमें अब जो कहे दुनिया की रस्मों को तोड़ तोड़ चले राहें हमें अब जो कहे राहों की बाहों को तोड़ तोड़ चले दुनिया हमें अब जो कहे दुनिया की रस्मों को तोड़ तोड़ चले राहें हमें अब जो कहे राहों की बाहों को तोड़ तोड़ चले खाना था कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था खो गए सपनों में हम देखा न था कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था खो गए सपनों में हम ला 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 जब से मिला मुझे प्यार तेरा चेहरा हंसी लगे पर तेरा हाँ तुझे दिल में छुपाएंगे करना पड़ेगा इंतजार यार तेरा जब से मिला मुझे प्यार तेरा चेहरा हंसी लगे पर तेरा हाँ तुझे दिल में छुपाएंगे करना पड़ेगा इंतजार यार तेरा खाना था कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था खो गए सपनों में हम देखा न था कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था खो गए सपनों में हम
Very nice. Wonderfully done. It was a little different this time around.
The last time I played it on the piano.
Okay.
This time I was trying to change things up.
But tell me one thing. Why did you say something very forcefully? I don't remember exactly the line that you said forcefully. Jab se mila pyar tera. Why is that so? I mean, this time around. I mean,
I think
Last time around, it was not that
last
good.
time it was softer. I
Yeah.
guess I'm a bit more
Are
passionate
you
now.
trying to convey some message forcefully?
No, not
Okay.
forcefully. Maybe I'm displaying my affection.
Oh, could you play something for us on piano?
Yeah, this is a very old jazz song called Autumn Leaves. And I wanted to practice and play it for you guys here. So I really hope you guys enjoy it.
Sure.
And our viewers. Falling leaves crib by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Well, since you went away, the days go long, and soon I hear a winter song. Oh, but I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall.
Very nice. Although it was a little bit of sad, but wonderfully done. It's always a pleasure to have you. Zainab, females are very particular about the festive occasions.
Yeah, they
When
are.
you talk about Eidan and then the weddings also, so one thing straight away comes to our mind. It's about
Clothes.
clothes.
Yeah.
And being associated with this very professional modeling.
Yeah.
What do you say?
You know,
about
female buy clothes on every occasion. Like it can be wedding, it can be Eid festive, it can be any birthday or any sort of event, you know. And you know, girls just love fashion, and you know, they only wear clothes once, you know, when they're going to some event, and they don't want to repeat it again, because they are like they feel embarrassed in front of people if they repeat their clothes again and again. And I'm associated to fashion industry, so I just love to buy new clothes, you know. I have to buy new jewelry like
All the time.
all the time.
So how is it different on the occasion of Eid? I mean,
You know,
if you're
I-
around the
I,
year, if you're
I
going
wear
for the
cultural dresses on Eid, you know,
Right.
And you know, on different occasion we can wear any sort of, you know, we can wear maxis, but on Eid we especially wear shalwar kameez or our cultural clothes.
So is there any sort of a difference in dressing that is chosen for Eid-ul-Fitr or and Eid-ul-Adha?
No, same, you know, both are Eid, so we do wear some, on both Eid we wear same sort of clothes, you know.
So there might be a little bit of difference in the selection of colors as per the season.
Yeah, it depends on the weather too, na. Mostly people, you know, we wear, you know, in summers we wear, you know, cotton and all that, but in winters we can wear velvet sort of clothes, and but the clothes we have to wear are mostly cultural on both Eids.
So what's the trend nowadays? We used to see that females used to, you know, select a certain piece of cloth and then go to the tailor, you know,
Yeah.
get it stitched. So what is the preference nowadays?
No,
Do
today
they go
people,
for
no. Now I think people don't go to tailors. They buy the clothes direct from the shops, because it's more expensive to go to the tailor to give them the clothes. You know, have to buy all the laces and all. You have to buy the clothes. Then you have to go to the tailor. You know, it also consumes fuel as well. You know, it's very costly as compared to when you go to
so
the
just
shop.
straight away go to a shop,
Shop
get
and then
a
buy.
ready-made
Yeah.
thing that is
And
already.
it's more cheaper than going to a tailor, you know. You know, the cloth and the tailor cost more.
But
than
that very element of festivity which was associated with the previous practice, you know, going to the market, selecting
yeah, people do go that, you know, before time, few years ago, but now I think so mostly people go to the, you know, mall or shop or something to buy clothes.
Right. Mr. Kaleem, I have often observed that when we have the Eid-ul-Adha pretty much around the corner, the most enthusiasm that we observe is among the youngsters, the younger lot. Is it because of their very quick association or attachment to the animal that have been brought at home for that?
Well, one thing that has really improved in our culture and society is that empathy has increased. So the children that we have, even teenagers, they are very much empathetic towards the animals. They want to take care of those animals, you know, take them for a ride, feed them, clean them, and look after them. Whereas some years back in my childhood, we would yes, you know, like to see them. We used to hang around with the animals, but we never actually had this idea of taking care of the animals. That element exists right now in our society, and this gives a very good, you know, signal to all of us that the young Pakistani children, they are moving in the right direction. They care about the animals as well.
Right, wonderful. We are almost nearing the end of the this very Eid show. So anything very special, upbeat this time around I wouldn't be looking forward to you to play something very slow or sad.
Yeah, I have something prepared.
Please
I'll
go
go for
ahead.
it. All right. शम्मों को तू फिर से जला सांसों में तू आ के ना जा खुशी की लहरें हवा में ना ठहरे हाँ गीतों की लहर को भरा तू भी ना माने कोई भी ना जाने कैसे हो उड़े फलरा रंगों में तुम हो ख्यालों में गुम हो ना जाने तू है कहाँ जब दिल चले जब दिल जले जब दिल चले जब दिल चले जब दिल चले नैना क्या जब दिल चले नैना क्या सांसों में दुआ के नाम
If I am
was an
correct on this,
upbeat
the
song.
famous Ali Azmat.
Yes.
Wonderfully done.
Oh, thank you.
Nobody can match that very level or the grade of Ali Azmat, but it's wonderfully done,
Thank you.
beautifully played.
As
So-
good, he has some variation.
Yeah,
Yes.
such a talented youngster.
Mashallah.
Has got ways to go. So, let's talk a little bit about music. I mean, what's your favorite singer when we talk about Pakistan's pop music?
Currently, it's Mehdi Malouf.
Right.
He has a very distinct voice. I could play a song of
Yeah,
his
yeah,
if
sure.
you like. Okay.
What was his name, by the way? Sorry, I
Mehdi
couldn't-
Malouf.
Mehdi Maroof.
Yes.
Okay.
Does it go? Okay. सारे जाने ऐसे मुझ पे सब फिदा इन सबको अलविदा और 1000 बातें से सब लगती हैं सही लेकिन मैं मानूंगा नहीं क्योंकि कुछ ऐसे हैं जवाब कि जिनके हैं जवाब लफ्जों में मुमकिन ही नहीं और कह दूं मैं अगर सब पागल इस कदर कोई मानेगा नहीं सब दिल खिड़की को खोलो इन तन्हाई से बोलो सब दिल खिड़की को खोलो इन तन्हाई से बोलो और हाँ ये सहराओं में सीखो इन वादियों में सीखो कि अब दिल खिड़की को खोलो और हाँ ये तन्हाई मन है कोई तो खालीपन है सब दिल खिड़की को खोलो
Right.
Nice.
So, Zainab, what's your favorite form of music? And who's the favorite singer?
I like Rahat Fateh Ali Khan. And I do like pop singing, you know. I like Atif Aslam as well, but most I'm into folk and I'm into classical music. Yeah.
Do you love singing also?
Yeah, I do
So
sing.
would you
I do
sing something for us today on this special occasion?
Okay, I can. But you know, my pitch is very high.
And you would be singing and he would be
You
playing some
like, you know,
instrument
All right.
along.
okay, let's see.
That would
We
be a
can
wonderful
match up or
combination.
not. I can sing. ऐसी उलझी नजर उनसे हटती ही नहीं, दांत से रेशमी डोर कटती ही नहीं, उम्र कब की बरस के सफेद हो गई, काली बदली जवानी की छटती नहीं, वल्ला ये धड़कन बढ़ने लगी है, चेहरे की रंगत उड़ने लगी है, डर लगता है तन्हा सोने में जी, दिल तो बच्चा है जी. That's it.
Dil to bachcha hai ji. Wonderfully done. Such a talent you do have. It was sung from the core of your heart. I could feel that. I mean, you and the lyrics, the way you've delivered all those lyrics. I mean, I just could feel for a moment that you are yourself immersed into everything that you are singing.
Yeah, I do sing from my heart. You know, when I do it from my heart.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Dil to bachcha hai ji. So, would you like to sing?
I'm very good
something?
at clapping.
No, you have to sing because I have sing the
Because
song. Yeah.
all of the students would be definitely looking up to you to sing something today on this very special
No, they
occasion.
know me. So they won't be looking or waiting
So
for
what
this.
about the school or the college gatherings? Don't they insist the teachers also when there are certain gatherings on
Yes,
festive
there are.
occasions?
This is something a part of the nature. There are some people who like to sing, and there are some people who don't like to sing. Even though some people have God gifted talent, and some they do not have the right tone, the right voice, but they do sing. So this is, I think.
Any recitation, any sort of poetry, any favorite stanza or something?
Yes, definitely. I can share a couplet with you. It's in Urdu. It goes like this, that वो जिसने चांद को आसमानों में उछाल रखा है, वो जिसने चांद को आसमानों में उछाल रखा है, बस उसी की ज़ात ने हमें संभाल रखा है.
Such a spirit in it.
Yes, true.
Okay, so unfortunately we're short of time and we are almost at the end of today's show. So she's something out of the box, something classical our viewers can remember for a long time to come.
That'd be
Okay.
very difficult. I'll play this song that is very special to me. And since you sing from the heart, I would like to do the same as well.
With more energy, passion
Right.
and enthusiasm.
And for the viewers watching, again, I hope you are watching. Right. So, the song's called Wonderful Tonight. It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? I say, my darling, you look wonderful tonight. We go to a party and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady that's standing right next to me. And then she asks me, wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes, and the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you.
How much I love you and how much I love the way you sing, the way you play the guitar and the way you play that piano. The talent flows and that very diversity, the very versatility in you, that very much flows. Mirza, Sheece, Temuri, once again, thank you very much for being with us on this very special occasion of Eid-ul-Adha and playing some wonderful songs, some wonderful pieces of music. And we'll definitely look forward in the future also to connect with you, to listen some more wonderful songs. Thank you very much for being with us today on the show. And Miss Zainab Ali, associated with the fashion industry, thank you very much for your time also, taking time out on this very busy and auspicious day of Eid-ul-Adha and sharing wonderful thoughts of yours with us on this. And of course, playing one song right from the core of your heart. I hope the viewers are going to remember that for a long time. At least I am going to remember that one for a long time. It clearly gave me a feeling that you were singing that one from the core of your heart. Thank you very much for being with us on the show today. And Mr. Kaleem Rajput, associated with the education sector, thank you very much for your time also for being with us and also sharing with us that very beautiful couplet. It really added to the colors of this show today. Thank you once again for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you all of you once again. And viewers, this is the end of the first segment of today's Eid show. And after we return from the break, we'll be having some other very special guests to talk loads and loads about Eid-ul-Adha, that very spirit of sacrifice on this very festive occasion, which Muslims are celebrating in Pakistan as well as around the world. And in the second segment, I'll be joined by my co-host, also Taiba Nisar Khan. So after a short break, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.